Hey, this is Atlanta 20-Sided Night. We're coming back to another fabulous episode of gameplay of Starfinder. To my right, we have the always affable and friendly Craig. Tell us about your character and yourself.
I'm Frank Lebowski. I am a human engineer.
Yes!
Alright, you got the word out, I'm proud of you.
That was weird.
I realized how robotic it sounded.
Yeah.
It's like, I am a human. Human engineer.
And you took
man, I am just super into fixing stuff.
Alright, across from him, we have, what's your name today?
Larry.
Alright, we have Larry. Larry, tell us about yourself, your hopes and your fears, your IP address. Your underwear size?
I'm just triple decker holodeck. I can't answer any of that information.
Okay,
it's way too much right now.
Next to him, we have we got this little sweetheart over here. Always friendly and kind and very well mannered. Dylan.
Good evening. My name is Dylan. I am a level 5 android machinist, which in regular tongue equals engineer. And yeah, just that's it. Not much more specialness.
Good old Inward is gone today. Not me, but the little long-haired guy. He's gone. He's dead. It's fine. And now we have directly across from him.
Hi, I'm Evan. I also play a human character, good cleric and healer of the group.
All right, you.
You're right there, Giggles.
Right over your head.
Sorry.
I'm human male.
I am human.
Perfect.
Wow. What? No, it's okay. I'm the only android, and it's fine for them to make fun of my culture.
Oh yeah, let me tell you.
Jesus.
Yeah, listen.
I didn't realize we were
We're
racial stereotypes here.
No, listen, later we're gonna put on like pots and pans and say beep boop, beep boop.
So that's like his blackface, man. Come on. That's like his N-word. Now, like, what happened last?
We got a spooky letter from, we tried to smooth things over with Triple Decker's wife, and the dog blew up.
As they were wont to do.
And then we got in a gunfight in a dog park.
Okay, so
there's some really grainy CCTV footage of us, but also it's only Absalom security, so we're probably fine just because we didn't like leave business cards with our address and DNA sequences. But
you all didn't shoot your names to the side of the building.
Yeah, so they're real inept, so we're probably fine. And we got a real, and we were talking to Chiskathik and saying, so we missed the party. We brought him coffee and donuts. He said, yeah, you got a real spooky and arch letter from Eox saying, asking him to come into their lair.
Was it really spooky and arch?
It was
just like a bit from like a black guy.
No, it was in a black envelope with like a skull on it.
It was from Gevalar Sknor.
Yeah, but the envelope was just like, it was a black envelope with a skull on it, so yeah, pretty ominous.
Alright, so we get the color black's trigger Evan. Does anybody else wanted to catch up, or is that about pretty apt description of last time?
Yeah, that's
No, we're gonna leave that in.
No, that's pretty much it. I mean,
Papa Baylor didn't let us get a dandelion.
Yeah, I didn't buy you guys a lion because that's.
Listen, you won't let them sleep in this. You won't let them sleep in one big bed. You won't buy them a lion. I mean, come on.
Listen, listen. If you want to save up your own money and buy a lion, by all means, buy yourself a lion.
All right, listen.
We're so dandy.
All right, Craig, that was pretty good. I can't give out inspiration anymore, but
yeah.
Yeah.
I guess you even have freaked out about her.
No, yeah, doesn't even know who we are. Nobody watches us.
If you're watching, though, he doesn't mean that.
Yeah.
We love
if you're
you.
watching, then prove me wrong by watching. Anyway, we're continuing on here. So did anybody set up a wake-up call, or is this sort of how everybody else here sleeps when they have an off day? Just sleep until I wake up.
Well, I usually stay up pretty late and get up pretty early because I don't sleep very good.
Same.
Because of the things. So I'm getting up and having breakfast.
Okay. It's typical like breakfast. Well,
is it a continental breakfast?
They do have a continental breakfast, but for 2 credits extra, they also have the special continental breakfast.
I'm just gonna say yes to the breakfast, and I'll just eat.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right. Is anybody else doing anything? Looking around, reading reading up on stocks, reading up on the news, current events, checking channels.
Yeah, I was gonna say after I eat, I kind of check the comic section just to see if anything pops up in the way of news, because depending on if they do notice, that will depend on if I make another space game video or not.
There is another Space Tube Darling. What was the name of the space channel that we're talking about? What was it? The Space Tube? There's another
Space Tube, yeah.
There's another Switch or Space Tube Darling on there by the name of Lil Zaxar.
Wait.
It's a
Where's Zach's skull?
It's a young looking Yasaki female, and she's just going off talking about just like games that she's saying are prejudiced towards androids.
Oh, okay.
Various games with, hey, robots are always the bad guys, things like that. Cries on Q is real Glenn Beck about it. Cries on Q, that sort of thing.
I will make a video. No, my channel isn't a response video on some other person's response. I'll just make a regular game where I'm an android doing good stuff.
All right, give me a performance check, and then also a give me a performance check.
Just performance?
It can also be your profession if you choose to. Actually, both performance and profession.
Let's go with pink is going to be profession. And
all right.
So that's a 1.
Well, again, there's no natural failures in a
skill.
Yeah.
So 10, and then this is going to be the diplomacy.
Yes.
All
right.
It goes off really bad. I'm gonna assume.
Nobody seems to be watching or paying attention. One person does put a comment on. Out of your 24 views, that's average for us. Out of your 24 views that you get, one person does post a comment. Hey, is your giveaway real? And that's all that you really get.
I just kind of reply back saying, I don't really do the I'm not a giveaway channel.
The comment quickly deletes itself.
Okay, because I'm just a vid game.
That's why you play with my spider wards.
Oh, sorry.
Oh,
I have
put the spywood back.
I have an urge to break it. I'm
put
sorry.
the spywood back. Oh, all right. How much? Out of curiosity, like how much money do I get? Because I kind of figured since, like my profession is like.
I divvy it out monthly. You haven't been paid out yet.
And then after that, I go see what everyone else is doing.
Okay. And so now we're going to go to 11.
I'm gonna
Baylor Corva.
wake up, take a shower, check the stocks, see
Okay.
how screwed I am today.
Okay. Let's stock you checking first. Also, you have a new email.
I'm gonna check my stocks first.
Okay.
All right. So let's see. What's my Avatar stocks? Oh god.
Abadar Corp stock is up 50 credits.
What's the astral extractions?
They are stagnant.
Okay. Transatil.
They are up 3 credits.
And Dial Corp.
Dial Corp is down 1 credit. Yeah, I know, right? Everything's up and one thing that's down. It's like, no. Just like Son Edison. I wasted $5,000 on you, Son Edison.
All right, I'm gonna check my that email.
Okay. It is a message from an acquisitions manager with Abadar Corp, and it is it's subject line as prayer opportunity, which you know in the business to be a potential way to increase Abadar's wealth and reach.
All right, I'll open the email.
Greetings, valued Abadar Corp employee and faithful. It's not saying it's text,
Yeah.
you know. Today we have I know what's the date. That was last night. We have a new and wondrous opportunity for those within the sector of Primus No. Primus hyphen no.
No.
Like, you know how every lady ever says to me when I ask them out? You know?
Oh, yeah.
Just no.
I hear that. Soul Train.
This handsome doesn't.
Yeah. So anything.
How are you gonna kill him with a eraser?
Oh, he's got it though.
Use Doodlebot.
So yeah, Primus No. there is a small there have been a how can I put this? Extraplanetary sensors have determined that there are that there is a potentially large amount of highly profitable minerals inlaid in various asteroids around the third planet's moon.
Yeah, so on the moon of the third planet from the sun.
Yes,
Okay.
that's it.
Okay. Would this say what kind of minerals? Or does it say big money minerals?
It doesn't list it, just heavy minerals, because when it sends it out, it doesn't exactly detect what's on there.
Yeah.
Possibly a diamond or palladium.
Which is pretty valuable stuff. I mean, dames like the diamonds and
Yeah.
Paladins like the palladium.
Yeah.
Yeah, like Groucho Marx over here.
Yeah.
For the paladins.
Thanks for getting down, Craig. Dylan, you were late.
Yeah, no, I'm just trying to write all this down just because
Okay.
I know in a couple weeks I'm going to be like, why does it say Primus no big money minerals?
Was there anything I feel like I left out? You checked your stocks. You read this email.
I'm going to eat some breakfast and then try to wrangle these guys up so we can talk about, just walk into that, maybe a death trap of that Eox place, like, oh, come in, blah.
Okay. What are you doing?
She's gonna wake up, be real depressed. Every ship she's ever gotten has been lost to her.
Oh, no.
She's never gonna have a beautiful wife. Her dog exploded.
And then you ate it.
That's the only way I can say goodbye. So she'll
You
just
are full of delicious dog meat.
So she'll just lay down and look at Zach's skull and say, "Man, Zach, things aren't the same since we don't have to compete for pilot ship now."
Actually, give me a mysticism check.
oh
3.
Nah, I don't know.
Plus whatever you got in mysticism.
It's not worth it.
Okay. I'm assuming that you're all together. Enough time has happened for all these actions to take place, and so everybody's
Yep.
taking an action now, correct?
Did you do something cool?
I mean, I only ate breakfast, but everyone else got to eat breakfast.
Well, then,
and do
yeah,
other
do a
stuff.
thing. That's what I was asking, because I don't
Yeah.
remember, so yeah, so go ahead.
Uh,
It's like, no, you can't do anything.
No.
Breakfast is
you wasted your time on breakfast.
Yeah, you had the premium breakfast
Premium
experience.
breakfast takes more time.
It's like every vacation I've ever been. It's like every vacation I've ever been on. It's always just be like, okay, what can I go get breakfast? And then just sitting there.
I wanna search the HoloNet for or extranet. I don't know, what is it called?
Extranets.
I know when I was back in the
SpaceNet?
day when I was in prison, it was the HoloNet or something. I don't know.
Yeah, it's gotten way cool, like how it used to be
It's like
DSL.
I used to browse on Netscape, and that's not even a thing anymore. It's like a real weird world. So like I'm gonna use like Lycos, space Lycos to try
Okay.
and find some like some
I love it.
schematics.
Okay.
I'm gonna look for schematics for specifically weapons. I feel like I'm never armed enough.
Okay. Are you just looking for like weapons manufacturers, like where to get a gun?
No, like crafting, like
Okay.
schematics.
3D printer stuff.
Okay.
Well, I mean, I have tools.
Oh yeah.
Make a musket.
I can make anything that's my
So
level
most-
appropriate.
Most weapons are typically pretty easy to find online. Just how like you can find most CADs for 3D printed things online, but you have to buy like very basic heavy metal things like the barrel and certain other things like that. Because if you make a plastic barrel, it just after a while, it just sort of like it'll work for like I want to say 30 rounds and it just dies.
You know what? I'm going to change that actually. Then when I like that, but I want to look for stuff for my armor, like armor mods.
Okay. Give me a computers check, and then
Okay.
you can. Well, it's not really your. Well, I'm gonna let you. Would this be your profession? I want to say no, but if you can make me a case for it, you
My
can.
current profession is water treatment, but I
Nope.
but I'm really high in engineering and computers, and so
I'll let you do an engineering check instead of computers, whichever's higher.
well they're the same. So
All right, we'll do.
I'll do engineering.
Thank you.
So yeah, we're gonna look for armor mods.
Okay.
Yeah.
That is a 21.
Okay, nice. So you are able to find a few different sources on the Xnet fairly easily to make. What exactly are you looking for? Because you do have a lot of options, but some of them, if I'm looking for, I don't know, a toaster online, I'll know what to just sort of I'll know what to just outright ignore. It's like, what exactly?
I'm looking for like temperature control so I can reduce the amount of swamp ass I get wherever I go.
Okay.
Or vice versa, frozen balls.
Oh, okay. I thought you were like, or machines to get more swamp ass. So yes, there are various. So the ones that are more for creature comforts like that, they typically have them available to buy on most online shops, like Ye Futuristic-y Space Overstock or something like that. Maybe 4 credits for the schematics.
Okay.
Was there anything else that you were looking for, like any other types of things?
Kind of need the book.
What is your culture? It's in your room.
Culture's good.
No, what is the score?
4.
Okay. Well, 4 total, or is that just the bonus?
4.
Okay, so that's more than the layperson does have. So for having a 4, you would also note there are other sort of armor modifications and upgrades and different weapons that you can find, such as there are different things like armor upgrades that could potentially, do like a force field or certain offensive capabilities, things that wouldn't really readily be on most online shops, but you do know that there is a place to look for them online.
That's what I'm doing.
Okay.
Looking for him online.
Give me a culture check then, please.
14.
Okay, so do your culture notes. You're not gonna be able to find it on just the standard search tools that you have. You may need some sort of alternate browser.
So I need to stop using my space Lycos?
Yes. Maybe some sort of onion-related browser.
It's an AutoCTR unit. That's what I'm looking for. When more of these vital signs falls below an acceptable level, the device administers aid, injecting stimulants and resuscitating you.
We went to the Super Bowl.
Nice. What tier is it?
2.
Cool. Yeah, you definitely do find the schematics from that. It's under a medical research website. They do sell them as a consumer product, so you don't have to do anything like go to use the Swamp browser for this. The schematics themselves, it is a little bit pricey.
I was going to say the price
price,
in case you needed it.
It is a little bit pricey. The schematics themselves are 200 credits. You can have one made to order, but it does take 3 days, and it does cost 1,000 credits.
I'll just buy the schematic.
Okay. It's just like a file you buy and it sends it to you.
Right. Just download it to my
In the
communicator
monster.
or whatever. That's it. That's all I wanted.
Okay, cool. We're gonna say that concludes breakfast.
All right.
And
so-
this is the requisite.
Okay.
Sorry.
See, now you wish you still had inspiration coins because I was
No, my
fire.
stomach just hurts. I drank a lot of spider liquor today, so just give me
Ooh, Lance and his opulent spider liquor.
Dude, it actually hurts. What else is everybody doing right now?
I know. I guess during breakfast we're gonna say, hey, so should we go to that Eoxian embassy, or because I don't know if they're gonna find out whatever happened to Dwarvar. Should we continue to do that, or should we just walk into that spooky the spooky Eox embassy?
I mean, what other options do we got right now?
Well, we could either try to find who killed Dwarvar, because God knows Appleton Security is I don't want to say their neck, but I don't think they could pour piss out of their boot. The instruction was written on the heel. Should we go back to Mama Fats and see if there's been any updates? Because she seems pretty level-headed and she knows what she's talking about.
Sure, nothing really matters.
There's a call from Tiskavik.
I haven't answered. Who does he call?
He calls Baylor. Alright, Fried Demon, settle down.
I go, hey, just like, what's up?
Hello there. I was wondering when you would go speak to Goravas Nor.
Oh, you know what? I guess your ears are burning because we were just talking about, what time we should go there today.
Well, sooner better than later. I'm sure you're aware of how their sleep cycle differs.
Oh, actually, I didn't. What's their sleep cycle like?
Like sleeping earlier. But they're more nocturnal.
So just opposite times?
Kinda. So get there when you can.
Alright, so it's like 7. So I'm guessing it's like 9 o'clock.
Spot on. It's 9 o'clock exactly. As soon as you said 9 o'clock, the dial turns exactly 9
So
o'clock.
it's 9 o'clock at night for them. Would that be a little too late for in Eoxian culture? It's also I have them on speaker. It's like triple decker. Is that you're about Eoxian culture? You're from there. Is that too late to show up for a business meeting or?
Only if they don't have a bone sage over.
Just do you think they have a bone sage over?
Listen, he's calling me to ask when we'll be there.
Oh.
He left his card a while ago. I didn't want to be rude.
All right. Well, I guess we'll.
Although I could have been rude. I really could have been.
Nah, Jessica, you stay sweet and you stay you. We'll head over there.
All the things I could be if I wasn't me. Instead of he puts the phone down but he doesn't hang up. You know how I'm kind of old, so I forget how to hang up my phone.
Yeah, you are to do that sometimes.
So he just kind of puts it down, and he says, "Hey, come in here. I need you to hang up my phone for me again."
Jessica, it's the red button.
It's the lights.
The red button. So turn your phone around. Can you see my face?
Yeah.
Okay, so you see right under my face there should be like a red button.
You see him press something slowly as he waves by.
Right. Does he turn it off?
Yeah, it turns off.
Hell yeah.
So you help him to a true trial. I really don't know why I can't, but yeah, you help him do that.
Yeah, so it's like, well, I guess we'll see what the Eoxians want, and then we'll go and avenge Dwarvar's death. And then, I don't know, I think after we solve Dwarvar's death, maybe you can tell that to your wife? That you've solved your murder?
Zach would be proud of me. I rub the eye socket.
Misses him check.
Can I make one too? Because we're just having breakfast and he pulls a skull out and he's like,
It's on my belt.
Yeah, it's not.
It's hanging from my
I
belt.
you said you were taking it heading it above the table,
Like it's some cat.
I think you meant
like a true daughter of Eox.
I'm pretty sure a lot of people will be worried. Oh yes, he's from Eox, so never mind.
13.
13. You feel. Give me a perception check now too. That was
Oh shit! Ghost coming.
13.
There's a little bit of static when you touch it, but it's not regular static shock. It's a really it's sort of almost like a draining to it.
That feels weird, but I like it.
Alright? Yeah. That's really all there was to that though. It's not let's just get to that for a second.
Alright, well, let's go talk to the Eoxians.
Okay, make sure you wear shoes.
I'm always wearing shoes.
Thank you for the.
I'm wearing my nice shoes. Those are the only shoes I have left.
Okay.
Because I'll have my business suit.
I mean, you're on. You can buy stuff.
Yeah, but that would cost money.
So yes, thank you, Mr. Krabs. So the embassy, it's in the Blue Spire. It's in the Blue Spire.
Okay.
One from before. Tower that. It's the same office building where Chiskithik's office, is. He just has an office in there. Mm-hmm. You bought a bus pass. You have to pay for it. Who else bought a bus pass?
I bought a bus.
Not me, I pay per trip.
No. Yeah, so Hank, Karen, and Lizard Murderface just gonna watch TV or something.
Make sure to do shopping.
Yet again, staying out of the
they
action.
can, if you want to give them some money so that they can go shopping for you.
I mean,
I'll give Hank they're all bad options. I don't give him any money.
Karen, she seems pretty responsible and level-headed.
Alright, I'll give Karen 20 credits.
Yes, I'll trust the vending.
the walking refrigerator with a flamethrower.
Well, Hank's not from here.
Yeah.
Lizard Murderface is Lizard Murderface.
It wasn't always a vending machine.
She was
Although-
making a fridge.
Although since
And then ships AI, then a fridge with a flamethrower.
I'll give her 20 credits and I'll just say, hey, get the necessities that us people require.
and go into the streets and sell
Turns her
tab.
senses to you.
Or as many balloons as you can.
Okay. She said 10. She looks at you. I'm not. Well, okay. Hey, so you mentioned I overheard you mentioned you could use some new clothes. Do you want me to go get something cheap? So you're not always so you don't have to get your Abadar. So you don't have to get your your church clothes dirty, so to speak.
I mean, because I'm just still wearing that business. It's like, no, it's fine. A token spell. Just clean my suit.
Works for me.
Get him some shoes.
Why?
Get him some combat shoes. So he'll be wearing combat shoes in real, like at the mall.
Alright, sure. Anything else? Do you want me
I don't know.
to teach? Do you want me to try to teach this one a little bit more? And sort of just as she sort of like moves her sensor, like this, like a corner of herself over to sort of point, and she sort of lowers the flamethrower like in the direction of Hank, not pointing it, but like
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, if you could,
Yeah.
I'd appreciate that, Karen.
I'll tell Hank in the rudimentary alien language I learned, hey, just stay with Karen.
And then
I point at her.
he gets it. Like you can tell, he just sort of gives you the gestures of yes.
And then I guess Jonah will go up to Karen and just says, if you have any ideas of what kind of body upgrade, because I'm sure you don't want to be a vending machine forever, you let me know. And then I pay 4 credits to get 2 tabs.
Alright, the tabs plunk out. They're nice and cold.
Oh, good.
Like, you know how when you buy something from vending machine, you just kind of like fall out?
Wait, they're not piping hot tab.
You can order a hot tab if you want,
No.
No.
but let's not get on a whole tab talk here.
Yeah,
That's what we're giving Grok talk. Just, let's see what's tab.
No.
He's not giving us any money, though.
So we'll head to the Eoxian embassy.
Okay? That'll be 2 credits from each of you.
Except for me.
Yeah. 2 credits from you 2.
I deducted it.
And so did you.
I already did.
Okay? So,
Well,
yeah.
for the bus?
Yeah.
Yeah, I had a month.
Alright, so the trip there, it's quick and easy, not a lot of people there, nothing happens. Boom, you're in front of you're in front of the Blue Spire, Mrs. Joss greets you again. She gives you one of these.
Hey, what's up?
Hey, where are you all going? She greets you with a normal smile.
Oh, the Eoxian embassy. They have the spooky letter. Ooh.
Gevelos Nor.
She looks at you. Oh, wonderful. Can I see your invitation tip? They don't answer for guests.
I have this spooky.
She takes it. She calls on the communicator. She speaks into the communicator in Eoxan.
Yeah, what does she say?
She says, she calls up to them. Hello, is this the Eoxan embassy for Nora's office? Yes, you have some guests. Okay, great. And she hands it, and she keeps that. I'll have to hold on to this until they come down.
Okay.
A few minutes later, two skeletal visaged creatures. They're bipedal, they're humanoid with glowing green eyes. They approach and they speak to her in Eoxan as well. She shows the invitation. She says this is their invitation. They have a meeting with Ambassador Nor. They say, good, I'm glad that someone has arrived. Looks it over. Sort of gestures back to you, because they can sort of like, you know how you can see somebody watching conversation.
Mm-hmm.
They hand you back the letter, the envelope.
I take it.
All right, and they usher you all up.
What does Eoxian sound like? Is it like black speech from Lord of the Rings, or is it just like...
Okay, Al.
Wow.
That's what it's called.
Yes, it's Ebonics. It sounds just like Ebonics.
It's not Lord of the Rings black speech, or is it like
Nah, it's Ebonics.
French?
Nah, it's
We.
It's a series of it's a series of very chattering sounds. Like that's like think of Swahili. Yeah, one with black speech. Think of Swahili, and you're dead on because you don't have like lips. They don't have like lips and stuff, so they can't like they got that sort of stuff. So I do that.
Right on.
Yeah, but through their clicks and chatterings and just different gesticulations as it goes on in a normal conversation, like whatever I'm doing here, they usher you all up. They give you back the jet black letter.
Would any of us know what these skeletal constructs are?
You can give me a culture check.
What, culture?
Yeah.
Oh man. 6.
Okay.
I got an unnatural. Well, I got a 20.
Unnatural 20.
Okay.
Well, I mean, it's a skill, so
Well,
there's
you
no
also get a roll. I
natural.
know. Okay. So you all know this. One, because like you kind of live there.
Oh,
Yeah.
sorry.
You were from there, so it's sort of like
21.
Okay, cool. So you definitely know this because you live there. And 3 of you know it's just from, watching the news, not having your head in the sand. Is that these are just basically security guards, for lack of a better word, or ushers.
Okay.
That's what they are. Are you asking are they as in like a race or form of being, or just what their duty is?
Are they free-willed?
They are not free-willed, but they're also not like sentient.
Where would they rank in like droid android?
Yeah. Ooh. Yeah. I need.
Droid.
Droid level? Okay.
Yeah.
So there's
Sure.
spooky robots.
Yeah, they're just like really goth robots.
Like RAR XD.
No, gothier. So like, you know goths that just sort of do meth and die outside? They're those ones.
Okay.
They ask if you go inside. Their gray faces sort of turn, and they as they're walking you below, like underneath, like it sort of turns from the sort of very modern-looking, pretty, for lack of a better word, facade of the Blue Spire Citadel. It's more of like you're walking into a mausoleum or crypt. Metalwork and glass pane walls to give way to stony rock, to stony rocks. As you see sort of etchings, you feel very comfortable at home, by the way. As you see various etchings and stitchings of what look to be, fractured bone, and you feel like very porous structures, and the looks of, say, sort of like the metal carpals of the wrist, sort of reaching outwards as bony hands, leaning towards opening a door. Do you all go inside?
The embassy.
I almost skip up there. I'm like, oh yeah, true artwork.
Okay, that looks really good. Like it's really good art. They take
Very
a-
tastefully done.
It's not gaudy or horrific at all.
No.
They say, "Oh, how charming."
Okay.
Cage made of hands.
Yeah.
Very good.
Wait till you see the inside.
Oh no, I'm looking forward to this.
So as you are walking on, so as you all do enter inside, there are a ring of chairs that they all ignore. As the inside, it's a lot of the architecture, like a lot of the not the architecture, but the furniture, the furnishings and whatnot. They are jet black domes of seats that look like they're just made out of like obsidian. The walls themselves are etched with pale intricacies across, like moldings across the tops and bottoms, and you see the floor is red, and it looks like the inner workings of the circulatory system. And the set of veins that is etching towards the ambassador, you see a little gold plaque that says Ambassador Noah's office. One of them enters. You hear a creaking and a moaning. And it sounds like the wailing of
Kind of moaning. Okay, I'm okay with that.
Oh yes, it just sounds like various groans and moans of just like this language of Eox. You know, it's not a very comforting language. Except for you, you hear it as Ambassador Noor, your guests have arrived and they seem to be in good spirits to meet you. One, by the way, seems to be it's in this tone too. One seems to be a native, or at least an appreciative of our culture, and you hear one of them say, another voice say, which translates into, "Oh yes, excellent, send them in." Excellent, send them in.
Do they compliment the skull he's
I
got
feel
on
a
his
little
belt?
spooked.
All you hear is wailing and gnashing of teeth and hell sounds.
So what I'm going to do is, as we hear this, I'm going to use a telepathic message to say in your mind, "Hey, so I don't know. This all sounds really spooky. If something's going to go down, I don't know. Give me a sign so we can get out of here, because this is real spooky."
Oh, you don't need to be worried. I'm sure Nor is perfectly capable of speaking common.
But this place is so spooky. I'm spooked.
This is very decorative and nice and
Will you hold
beautiful.
my hand?
Yeah, I just it's okay. It's okay. I make that little abbot or something.
Super awkward man holding.
Jones just kind of looks at the architect and he looks lost.
What race are you? You're an android, right?
Yeah.
Okay.
So first I feel kind of like
Although-
you know how elders are like, oh, those dog kids these days. When I saw the goth ones, I was like, oh, those dog
Well,
kids.
they're not goths. They're more just like, I was just trying to describe
Yeah.
what they would, but they're not like, culture, not goths. They're
Oh, okay.
actually,
Yeah.
they ain't bad.
My
Well,
AI seems strangely at peace here, though. Just saying that.
You see statues of various beings, like Istaki, being tamped down by massive skulls, elongated skulls, and being pressed beneath the very harsh yoke of their impossible burden.
Jonah, as he looks around at all, what I assume is just like a bunch of like skull kind of like furniture and whatnot, and architecture. If anyone like pays attention, he just looks like he's kind of in a zone. Like he's not really at the embassy. He's somewhere else. entirely.
You
And
guys go into the ambassador's office.
Well,
or-
when they call us, and I'm not just gonna just be like, well, they announced our arrival and kick in the door.
Hey,
the door creaks open.
they want us in there? Or?
Yes, the door creaks open, and you're beckoned in as a pleasant voice. It's very calming. Well, it's not calm, but it's a very pleasant and direct voice. Ushers you in.
Is it in spooky language?
Please, after you,
It's
Baylor.
in common.
Okay.
Hello and greetings. Come in, please, come in. As a
Leaders always go first.
I walk in and I put on my best business face, like I'm not in a weird spooky dungeon.
so almost puppeteered and like sort of like a marionette. The head comes up first, and the arms sort of move into position, and there's some green swirling energy that's guiding this. It's guiding it into all of its actions, and it responds a few moments later. And you see, it is a finely dressed skeletal visage. It has a large, massive, elongated head with two burning eye sockets. The whatever skin that it does have that's still on it, it is long and drooping off, and its teeth are all arched back. There's no gum to be found, and it has a sort of high-ish collar like around like the middle of its neck, and it comes back down like almost fancy like admiral neck.
oh, okay.
Like, are we talking? I was like, it's like, because you're saying a high call, like Dracula. We're talking to Dracula.
No, it's
I was
okay.
thinking like Shakespeare, like a ruffled.
Oh yeah.
It does have a little ruffled thing right
Yes.
there, you know what I mean? But it's just like a high color. It comes in like a fancy admiral from medieval times, and two pauldrons, one of bone, and the other of just a red crystal on the other side.
Alright, so I'm a Tim Burton fan, so I put on my professional face and say, "Hey, Baylor Corva, good to meet you, sir."
He shakes your hand, and as he does, there's like little bones, like the little bony protrusions, pierce into your wrist as he gives you a handshake like this, like that, where like the
Yeah.
fingers are parted.
Yeah.
He shakes each of you that way. He wants to shake Mom's hand.
Oh.
Guys,
Shakes each of you that way.
Jonah's still kind of like looking like. Eventually, he hears a voice like, "Jonah."
He reached out
Jow-
to yours, but since you're just kind of thinking, he's like, and he reaches out to yours. It's like hours to shake your hand, and you're just like, should I? It's like, dude, okay, fine, whatever, forget it.
I don't know.
Yeah. So yes, he understands. He just gives you sort of a very cordial head nod and
Oh, and
smile.
yeah, and Jonah doesn't even know.
Well,
Flaming eyes flare a little bit, just
He can't-
to show how pissed off he is. At
He
you.
can't smile, but they do
Yeah.
flare a bit, but not in a sort of angered way. Just as sort of like he's illuminating himself to make himself more visible.
It's alright. Jonah doesn't even notice.
Okay.
Eventually, he hears Edith's voice saying, "Jonah, Jonah." What? Oh, was I having? Oh, and I just kind of go where everyone else is going.
No, is he gonna update soon?
Yes. Thank you for agreeing with me. This voice fills the room. It doesn't seem to be coming from him, but it does fill the room, and you can all hear it. It's in common. It still sounds very pleasant. Thank you for meeting with me. I am certain you're aware of the recent interest in prospecting the Acheron and the supposed Drift Rock.
Yes.
As to... Go on, I'm sorry.
it's an honor to meet you, sir.
Well, it's a pleasure to meet you. Thank you. for
Look,
being
my
so
skull
polite.
friend.
Are you from... Where are you from?
Oh, Eox, of course.
You seem very pleasantly at ease. It's wonderful to meet somebody else from the Grand Planet. What is your name?
Triple-decker holodeck. A name I've adopted amongst the common folk here.
So it smiles. And each of you, what is... And yours?
Jonah.
Oh, I'm Baylor Corva.
Frank Lebowski.
Well, it's wonderful to meet you all. And I thank you all for coming today. As I'm sure you're aware, Astral Extractions and the Hard Scrabble Collective both stake a claim to the Drift Rock, and it has caused a fair bit of both legal attraction and issues on Absalom Station. I simply wish to be a mediator in this debacle and see that the correct party, the lawful party, is credited, and to stop his hostilities and to return things to normal. if I were to offer you all a stipend to be the hands and any sort of the hands in this mediation process, and he sort of puts his hands outward on the table so you can see them. It's very deliberate. Would you all be willing to do this for a sum of 800 credits?
Each?
Total sum. It would also be, as I understand, a great way to put yourselves forward into your first steps within the Starfinder Society. Chiskatik has let me know that you are all new initiates, and congratulations to all of you. Truly, it's a goodly cause. Completing tasks for them like this, as being mediators, can truly help you all.
Hey, that sounds like a great idea, doesn't it, Baylor?
Yeah, you gotta start somewhere. So yeah, let's
It doesn't. It sounds like it's not full of just interracial warfare and planetary annihilations, and also just murdering children.
It also is not being in prison.
Yeah, I hope it has none of those things.
Yeah.
He's just like the form is like not moved or silent. It's as if you said that, but like you're trying to it's like you're speaking this arch conversation and trying to hide it from the Guinness picture.
I wasn't trying to hide it. I was seeing if I get a reaction out of him, like, "Oh yeah, you're also going to be doing some side work."
You get all the reaction as if
what works.
You get all the reaction as if you were saying it to the Guinness picture.
Ah, he's good.
The blessed Guinness picture.
Holy be thy message. But anyway, well, wonderful. I'm truly glad to hear this. There are preparations that I have already made. I hope you don't find it rude that I presumed that you would be accepting this, but those who prepare are prepared for pleasantries, as they say. You know, the three of you know that's not at all how that phrase goes.
No.
You're not sure.
I just sort of assume maybe it's an Eoxian phrase that I just don't know.
There's also another matter that I would like you all to attend to.
What is that?
On the Acheron.
Alright.
It was a ferrying vessel, and it was ferrying a personal artifact that I would very much like to have delivered. You'll know it when you see it. It is in typical Eox. It is a large shipping crate, and it does have the visage of my of Eox as it looks to you.
So, how big is it? Is it something I could carry, or you have to get like a cart?
I'd say it's no larger than a man. So
Is it a person? I'm just...
Again, whenever like conversations, like whenever like little extra comments are made, it's as if you're trying to get the Guinness picture to smile for you.
So, what's in there? Because we've been burned a few times by. It's just going to be a simple delivery job.
Oh, don't worry about that. I can assure you that it's not any sort of tawdry package. It's just something. It's a personal matter of mine that I would like to have.
Not that I care particularly, but if I were to be transporting said crate, and authorities were to catch me with said crate, would they arrest me for having said crate?
Not at all.
Good. Okay.
It is perfectly legal. It is passed through Eoxian customs without issue. I simply, just through the delicacies of this, I'd rather not.
What are Absalom security customs? Because again, been burned before by it's just a simple package run.
Do you want to give me a not an insight, but a some sort of check?
Sense motive?
Yeah, sense motive.
So that is a mighty 9 plus whatever my bonuses are.
Can we make this as just...
You all can if you're paying attention. You would have a -5 because you have kept saying, "Hey, I'm not really paying attention." So
Yeah, no, that's fair.
So there's not. I don't see. Oh,
Sense
that's
motive.
so 19.
Okay, that's well enough to know that.
Not enough to really notice.
That's well enough to know that he's not lying to you. It does just seem like a secret that he's guarding. Like as if I were to ask him, "Hey, Evan," like if a stranger would ask, "Hey, Evan, where do you keep your guns?" You know, it's not illegal for you to have them, but it's like
That's a
I
weird
have
question
them in
to
my
ask.
house, but you know, it's not something I talk about to people all the time. You know.
Or
Or it's like, you know how I don't live in this crime area, but I don't tell anybody where I live? It's less of like a guarded secret than that, and more like if if like say it's the first time meeting good old dumb chuck over kind of, hey Larry, what time do you sleep?
Yeah, so,
It's like
What is
what
your sleep cycle?
I don't want to talk about that right now, dude.
so I asked.
Are you a heavy sleeper?
So I say to Gelbert, she's like, so I know that you said past customs both on Eox and Absalon. I've been burned before. Would you? And I can swear to secrecy that I won't tell. I can sign a non-disclosure agreement. I actually have some launch screen. I pull my phone and I sort of.
Persuasion or diplomacy check.
You don't want to.
So what's the number then?
It's 3.
So let's see. So 13.
Okay, he does it. He looks at them. He gives his the light around him flares up a little bit more. It warms the room. It's not a piercing heat, but it's just a comforting heat. Mainly he's probably also turning up the AC because he noticed some nips around the room and that sort of thing that was going on. But he does sort of lean back in his chair. I would also be willing to pay you all a personal price if we can just get this to me without any further questioning of 500 credits for each of you.
Would you want us to transport this to you, or do you want us to take it to another area?
I would like you to try. Well, if you can get.
Because as you said, it's somewhat it's important to you.
It is. If you can get it, if you can get it off of the Acheron and onto the ship that I will be loaning, and he says loaning with a very not like stern and then also sort of a direct tone to him. Like it's cut through the pleasantries.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Loaning all of you today. I would have the coordinates to where I would like to drop off. It's all Absalom Station. You don't need to worry about any secrecy. But again, due to the
Understood. I don't think you need to explain more.
No, I get it, but like I said, I can sign this non-disclosure. I just need to make sure that, because again, we've been duped before. I just want to take a peek, make sure it's not like.
I would very much like for you not to look inside, as it is, as opening the contents of it will expose it to may expose it to atmospheres that would ruin this. That would ruin this. What's the word I'm looking for again?
A craft.
That
would ruin this artwork.
Ah, I see.
Don't worry,
I've
Mr.
already said
Noor,
too
sir.
much.
I'll keep them from looking inside.
Thank you.
Just don't do it, all right? Would you
Okay,
want someone looking in your bank account?
I mean, Abadar does every day,
But
and also the higher ups, HR does too.
yeah, but those are. Would you want anyone else to look in your eye? Never mind, Baylor. Just don't look inside the crate.
Okay, fine. I guess we'll just deliver the mystery crate.
Gibstar gives you like a look, Krang. Like his countenance turns to you.
Good to go, sir.
You still see like this like flaming motes of eyes. Like it's not expressionless, but his head just kind of turns to you. That's about it.
Oh.
Yeah.
I was just saying good to go, sir.
It's like, all right.
Yep.
Nice.
I won't look in the box.
Nice to know
Thank
you.
you.
Again, it's just like talking to that.
What's in the box?
Good.
Like if you were trying to have a conversation with that lion.
Good to see you.
All right.
So
Well,
it's pointing.
all right. Well. Yeah. Are there any further things? Because besides Eoxian, it's an Eoxian box that could roughly hold a humanoid if you shoved it in there.
Well, so he points to, like another box in the corner, like another few boxes.
Yeah.
Oh, he points. I was like, you see another few boxes of like just different sizes shipping containers crates. It looks like this office is being refurbished.
Okay.
I see.
How heavy is it? Do we need a dolly?
Well, the ship's artificial gravity should attend to that.
Oh yeah. Also, is it fragile?
That
I
is-
wouldn't go throwing it around, but
Okay.
He said it shouldn't touch alien atmospheres.
Well, that's if you open it.
I know, but I'm just saying, like,
I mean moving around.
generally speaking, probably shouldn't.
I'd be careful with. I would appreciate
Jostle it.
careful. I would appreciate it if you were careful with it.
Okay.
It's not going to explode, but I don't want. I don't want to get shy, you know. He says that to you in Eoxen, and the tone is a lot less rigid than the conversation he's been having. It seems like he's more comfortable speaking.
So,
in
what kind of ship do I get my grubby little engineer hands on?
Interesting question. I would assume you
And that is a very
to
weird-
be the pilot.
Well, I don't fly them, but I'll probably take care of her while we got her.
The craft of a true intellect. You should be proud.
Thank you.
As he sort of looks at your mask.
I mean, I'm not making myself look like a Chinese guy anymore. That was just for kidding.
Are you still wearing it? or-
No, it's not activated.
And he doesn't look at your mask. Yeah, he chose Chinese guy.
Well, 'cause that's just.
Chinese people are cool, dude.
Yeah.
That's just different than Baylor looks like. Because that's when I
They
was
can
like,
turn
oh
into
no.
dragons and fly.
Well, because it's like. Yeah, because when that bomb went off, and it's like, oh no, we have to get away from the exploded dog park, where there's just all the grenades being thrown, and they did that so we could run away. But I
He
don't
tells
have
you it is a repurposed Absalom security shuttle. It has the frame of a Ringworks Wanderer, which you know is a very popular design for exploration, ferrying, things like that. The schematics and specifics I will have someone deliver to you on departure, of course.
Okay. Right. Also, Galvers, if we do this other thing, there's just one more thing. Me and
Triple deck.
yeah, so me and Triple Decker had a let's say incident. We were traveling with someone who was foolish enough to pull a weapon out at an airport. We had to run. It was
I
just
wasn't
a
there.
big misunderstanding.
It wasn't me.
What was the other shrine? Yeah, so there's big misunderstanding. Would such whoopsies be forgiven if we do this thing for you?
That's a weird thing to say.
Whoopsie.
Is there a
I
deadline?
believe he looks to you when you give me a diplomacy check or a bluff
Like
check.
a personal favor from you to us.
Both are bad diplomacy.
No, bluff. It's got it.
Alright. -2. No, it's just 2. 12, 13.
He gives you like a quick look, but then when you say no in a different Shireen, so its face sort of turns from Krang to you, lingers on you a bit, and then turns to you. I believe now we have a bargain to be made. As he pulls out a small, like almost credit card sized, well, it's like about the size of my wallet device, and he presses a button on it, and it begins to float and hum. This was to ensure your safe travel, and to make sure that any trouble that you got into would not befall me. But now we have a bargain. I can take care of this and this unknown Shireen, this issue, on Eox, if you deliver this container to me and do not open it.
All right. I think we can do this.
Yes.
And the warm begins to get warmer, like it's like I've been in a ski lodge when it's nice and warm and cozy in there.
Yeah.
It gets cozy in there.
Well, that's when we have to leave. Come on, guys.
Okay.
You don't want to stay
Brisket,
when it gets cozy.
it was wonderful to meet you, and I'm sure after this we'll have many happy other business dealings.
He gives you all another bow, and it's like a bow this time, similar here to you, and he tells you to depart on Docking Bay 72.
Oh, thank God.
Hey everybody,
Gosh.
thanks again for watching this episode of 27 Night. Next one would be Action in Space, and also Michael Jackson in Space. Bye for now.
Hey you rascals, thank you for watching our video. Click here to subscribe, click here to watch one of our newer videos, and click here if you feel like watching something random. Have a good day.
You a bitch ass Japan.